anything out of the ordinary in there.
Yeah,
Because
this would be a reason. Okay, so actually looking up, it'd be a reason medicine task, and the
Okay.
difficulty would be 2.
Okay.
You know, the security guys, they have some medical abilities too. Maybe one of those could assist you a little bit.
Okay. But before we get there, field medicine, does that come into play here? My talent.
Okay, let's take a look. What's the field medicine talent? That is the medical talent. Field medicine. With attempting a medicine task, you may ignore any increase in difficulty for working without proper tools or equipment. I did not increase the difficulty for that, so the talent does not come into play.
Okay. And then does I guess my focus xenobiology would count here?
You are not human, so I would say yes.
Okay.
Alien doctors, man, they're great.
Do we think I should spend the 1 momentum to get a 3rd die?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then let's do that.
Mm-hmm. And maybe get one of the ensigns to help you, because we need the information. It's important, I think.
Yeah, sure.
So I've got a security officer.
I had Jamil Horn. He was helping me out, so let's use him.
Cool. So yeah, I will roll 1d20, and the actually I'll do that here. I'm going to do a reason medicine, and we're only going to roll 1 die.
Dang.
So it looks like I don't get anything.
He doesn't have much medicine training. I tried to actually get personnel with a little bit better than the minimum, but nevertheless.
Yeah, this was that was just straight out of the book. So because the discipline should add up to 14 if I remember correctly.
I was thinking about at least having a 2 or so in medicine, but that won't make much difference. But I was just wondering about the 1 in medicine.
Yeah, like that. This is the standard Starfleet security officer stat block. So I would be happy to bump him up to like a medicine 2 and give him just a like 10, and just do like
At this point, we've already rolled, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's all right. All right.
Yeah, but Dr. Phlox, you haven't rolled yet.
All right.
Nice.
Ah, very well.
Cool. So you spent a momentum, right?
Yes.
So you get it back.
Nice.
Cool. So you do find out some things. The medical tricorder is picking up an anomaly. You can tell that there is something going on with the like in the tissue of this person's brain. It's almost like the minerals and the proteins in this person's brain have been altered in some ways. It's like they've been pulled or shifted out of their usual alignment.
Okay. We'll have to figure more on that later. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing improvising something like a mental activity dampener is out of the question.
You would need a little more information. Like right now, you have a symptom.
You could spend the momentum for more information, maybe.
You absolutely could.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Cool. So we'll spend that 1 momentum. Cool. So yeah, you can find that when you scan deeper, it's almost like you can see a pattern, and there are like microscopic tears and distresses in the subject's brain that have almost scar tissued over. And when you scan, that has you see similar you begin to see a similar pattern throughout the subject's biology. Like muscles are slightly disformed, like not enough where he's like Jackson Pollock painting, but it's like, oh, okay, that bicep shouldn't look like that.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, sounds like all the information I'm gonna get out of them for now. So I'm not going to waste any more time when there are people who need immediate medical attention.
Do you relay those informations to the rest of us?
Yeah, of course.
Do you say it out loud or do you say it privately?
Well, I'd speak with Commander Strohm first, because I don't want to cause panic and alarm among the refugees, essentially.
Very good. As soon as I've heard of that, I go to Tahana and actually tell you the information, because you're setting up the transporter enhancement. So could you filter out this anomaly? Is that possible, or would we risk if we transport someone to import that onto our ship?
I'm not a transporter expert. Transporters usually filter out most toxins, viruses, and bacteria, but if this is something completely new, not known by the ship, it could theoretically slip by the biofilters. Such things have happened before.
Yeah.
I would need to know exactly what to filter out.
So maybe you should confer with the doctor as soon as he's over with treating the most urgent injured persons.
All right.
So, that's way off my league regarding the educational abilities. So, I'd like to actually check up with the remaining Starfleet personnel. We left a few.
Yes.
When we. So, are there any left here?
Yes,
in some hotel?
Yes, there are a few of them that are around, tending to the colonists that need the most help. These are, like, you see one is like probably a very like fresh out of the academy doctor. Like, this was his first assignment. There's a couple like low-ranking security officers that were stationed there just to kind of be there to help with, like, law and order, that sort of thing. The highest rank is a lieutenant commander. He's a denobulan.
Me? Or a different one?
A different one.
All right, so let's check. What's his name?
Let's find out.
Is he also a Phlox?
Brother!
He's my third cousin, twice removed from my second wife.
We are known to come from big families, so...
That is true.
I will... is there a computer console in this...
Yeah.
Visitor center?
Actually, if you look in the resources channel, I posted the map.
Right. I was asking just if there was a computer console that we could use to hook up to the Griffin's computer system.
Sure. Yeah, you can find one in the office or in the terminal, or in the terminal office or in the info console space.
I will talk to um, Dr. Phlox. Excuse me, sir. Was ordered to see if we can figure out what's going on and see if the transporter can filter this out.
At the moment, it doesn't look like I have enough information that initially, with it being something that is inherent in the tissue, it's not something we'd be able to filter out based on my understanding of transporters. But that doesn't mean that we won't find something here in the next hour or so to keep us from filtering things out.
I've set up a link with the Griffin's computers. Maybe we can do a computer model, see if we can figure something out.
Sure, we could. Well, let's take one of the dead bodies and use that, and see if we can't filter out whatever this is on the brain.
I would recommend against trying to do a transporter right now, sir. The pattern enhancers only have limited batteries.
Okay.
But maybe we could do. We've got a computer console over here set up to the Griffin's medical database. Maybe we can find something similar to it.
Sure, let's put it to work.
So, if you want, either you or I could make a science check, I'm assuming, to figure out what's going on. Quantum mechanics may apply depending on what's happening to these people. Otherwise, I suggest assisting you.
Okay. Sure. Well, let's do that.
So, what is the goal of this? Like, you are going
to find something similar that's been reported by somebody else.
To see if we can run through scenarios of things that would cause this.
Okay. Cool. This would be then I would allow this. This would be probably a reason. Let's say reason science or reason medicine. And if you're using the Griffin, if you're using her computer systems, then I would allow the Griffin to assist with her computer science or her computer's medicine, whichever would work.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you are linking up to her, so that is absolutely a thing you could do. I'm going to set the difficulty on this. Let you know right now, this ain't going to be easy.
Oh boy. Do we still have one momentum from the last one?
I am not saying any.
I think no. You.
Oh no, we used it for information.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are sans momentum right now. And I'm going to say this is going to be a. We'll put this at a difficulty of. Yeah, we'll put this at a difficulty of 2.
Okay.
I am going to spend some threat to raise the difficulty up to 3.
Okay.
All right. I have I have focuses that may apply. If you want me analyzing like weird quantum tunneling effects, it's pretty small to affect things in the brain, but maybe that's what's happening. You have quantum mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you want to do like
if you want me to just focus on computer modeling, whatever you throw at me, I also have computers.
Okay.
I would say computers would probably be the most apropos.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, since I have computer expertise, I could, if I'm doing the main role, I get an extra die because
This is software based, so yes,
Right.
It would absolutely apply.
So I'm basically programming medical simulations.
Cool. And Commander Strohm, would you like to roll for the USS Griffin?
Yes. So medicine or science? Oh, there's no difference. So
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
if I assist you, Doctor, then we get a point of momentum if we succeed.
yeah,
Okay.
you get a free point.
But if you assist me, I mean, I get a free die. So either way.
so I suppose it's not in the focus of the ship, but it's computer and
Ship is always considered to have the appropriate focus.
Yes.
I read that.
okay. So always focus. So and computer and science. All right. So I'm rolling the assist. It's one die.
Difficulty is going to be 3.
Yeah, the ship had its better days.
I told you I retasked all the computers towards the warp core and the shields.
Oh man, I should have put in a request before that got done. Okay.
All right, Doctor, do you want to be the lead or do you want to assist me?
I'll assist you, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
And do I get focuses applied as an assistor?
Yes.
Okay.
can.
So
Do you have virology?
I do.
or-
Yeah.
I'm going to say this is more xenobiology.
Either
so your
way, I
xenobiology
got that
of
too.
focus would still apply.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm only doing one die here.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay, so it's on Lieutenant Tahana to get at least nice.
Oh,
it
but a
looks like
complication.
there's
Hang
a
on.
complication involved.
Hang on. I have the talent parent figure. And
Okay.
and I believe that with assisting other people in that,
I think parent figure only comes into effect if 3 people are working on the problem.
does the ship not count as a person?
Probably not.
Not in
Dang.
this case. I think that's a denobulin talent, right?
Yes.
Let me get there. The parent figure. 2 or more characters involved in the task. First complication. Okay. Yeah. So unfortunately, that's not going to help. I'm assuming that Lieutenant Tahana doesn't have cautious or anything like that.
No, I don't have caution science.
Okay. So I am just going to buy that complication off of you for 1 threat.
Okay.
Okay.
But you have 4 successes, and how many did you need?
3.
3. So,
So
we
we-
get
Very
1
good.
momentum.
Yeah.
So here's what you can find out.
Hey,
In doing the
Guess
research,
what we could do with that 1 momentum? I could give Commander Hans my science of 4.
What does
that
he
is also true.
What does he need it for?
I have collaboration science. So if we need to do another big roll where all of us are working together, I can spend a momentum to give Strohm my science skill of 4 and my focus on computers.
Oh my, that
Nice.
would feel weird.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but because Tahana was the lead on this, you don't get the free momentum.
No, we don't,
right?
I don't get
No.
the free momentum.
Okay, cool. So what you're able to find out is you're able to create a computer mock-up of sort of what, based on what you've seen and the medical data you're able to pull off of the tricorder, and it doesn't match up with anything else that's in the computer's database on board the USS Griffin. This is completely and totally strange. Like, you have no clue what could have caused this sort of thing. What I will tell you is that the sort of injuries, for lack of a better word, sustained in the brain of this patient could cause things like altered behavior, mood swings, Yeah, like erratic behavior, possible hallucinations. So that's what I'm able to tell you from that one success. I will also tell you that this is at the molecular level,
Okay.
and because it's not viral, the transporter would not be able to filter it out.
And do we know if, I guess in my scans of all these dead people, do we find out if this is localized to one area or areas of the brain, or is it at random throughout the?
Also with the muscles all throughout the body.
Yes, I did say that. So
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you want to spend? Do you want to spend momentum to find out if it's infectious, if it's still infectious? Because if it is, we might actually not be able to return to the ship.
Yeah, I'll be able to say that you're not like I'll just let you know this straight up. You're not able to pinpoint a cause. Like, you have symptoms, but you don't know what the root cause is.
Okay.
You are fairly confident that it's not viral. So it's not like if it gets onto the ship, you're going to have an outbreak. At least not from what you're able to see from these scans.
I'll call Commander Strohm. I'll be like, Commander, we have some information.
All right, let's meet shortly and get things done. I have a gut feeling that this might actually have to do with the thing we found during the mining operation. I'm not quite sure, but that's a gut feeling. That's why I'm not a scientist. So what did you find?
Well, there's some sort of weird molecular scarring in the brain. There's nothing similar to about it. There's nothing similar to it on file that I've found. It's not viral. It's not a bacteria. It seems to go throughout the body. It's possible some kind of radiation or possibly a subspace disturbance could be interfering with the molecules of biological species around here. But why it affects some people and not others, I have no clue.
Could you scan some of those still running around with type 2 phasers of the settlers here, if they are already affected, so that we might actually get some surprise attacks by them, because I don't like surprises, at least not those delivered by a type 2 phaser,
Yeah, I imagine Dr. Phlox could do that.
And yeah, but the implication is we cannot simply return to the Griffin, as I understand it, because it's not viral, or so it could not be easily filtered out. So if we return, or if we somehow evacuate the people here, and if it is infectious in any way, we might actually endanger the Griffin.
I mean, if we've been saturated with radiation, or if we've already been exposed and it takes some time to set in, we might do what they did. Maybe Cardassians are immune. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's find out. Let's do a scan.
Strong suit.
Let's do a scan for as many different as the species we find here, to see if some are immune or stronger affected than others. And while we are doing that, I'd like to actually check on some other things about, they have barricaded themselves here, so we might actually want to know what's beyond those barricades. So we might actually need to make a kind of expedition beyond the barricades to see what's happening outside. But until then, let's do the scans first. I don't like some explosive surprises in my bag.
As a point of order, I will also say that as a Starfleet ship, the Griffin has very excellent quarantine procedures. Basically, any section of the ship, including cargo bays, can be quarantined off for specifically like, hey, we don't know what could potentially get out.
So if that's an option, we might actually get everyone here into one of the quarantine zones.
Yeah, and because you have a direct link up to the Griffin, you can get that set up so that they're beamed directly into one of those quarantine zones. So like they won't even have the chance to come into close contact with anyone else.
So then I would actually, while we are still scanning here, I would get contact with the XO on the Griffin and present the situation in as brief as possible. And we need some quarantine zone because it's not clear if it's safe to let them on board or not. And of course that would actually include us from the away team too.
Mm-hmm. All right, that can absolutely be done. Commander, what do you assess their tactical vulnerability to be?
It's an improvised barricade, and we don't know how many and how well armed any opposition is beyond that, and we don't know what this weird thing they have with their brains actually does to them. Maybe they are actually more dangerous after the transformation. Mm-hmm. I would suggest after bringing the civilians into any kind of safety, we might actually make we make an expedition to the rest of the settlement here and see if we find the origin of this thing.
Yeah. One thing that I will tell you, just from your general observation, is everybody that's there is like you. In addition to the shock, you get the sense that everyone is on edge because when you saw their distress call from a few hours ago, they were actively under attack. Now they are not. And you get the sense that the attackers fell back and they're worried that a counter attack could start at any second.
All right, I will actually get my two ensigns and the lieutenant junior grade to be alert at the barricades, especially for regarding that. But if we actually manage to get the 40 or so persons out of here, any kind of counterattack, of course, will sweep through the barricade. So we need a plan to get somewhere else here without encountering anyone.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and like you're thinking about the future because you want to head down there and see what is going on, and if there's an armed resistance, you're going to have an issue.
Yeah,
but
and of course, everyone needs to set phasers, of course, on stun. We don't want anyone killed here.
Yeah. You hear like a grumble from like one of the ensigns. Oh, God damn it. Okay. Commander Kassar basically gives you that the priority is to save lives.
Yeah.
So we aren't going anywhere. We can arrange a further expedition to what is actually going on with this colony as soon as we get those civilians out of there.
Could you give us from the Griffin maybe a kind of life sign check for the rest of the rooms around us here? Because if we know where they might actually gather, we have an idea.
Sure. The Griffin would absolutely do a life sign check for you. So I will do apart from the life signs that you know about. So let me see if I actually have a thing. So let's do the con officer. I'd like somebody to roll for the Griffin for me.
Should be able to figure out how to do that.
So, yeah, if you, I think that everyone has access to the ship. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna give her. This will be a control con roll. It's going to be. It's a life science scan, so it's going to be probably it's going to be a 1. So she won't spend that 1 momentum. Since I don't have her character sheet loaded up, I'm just going to roll physically. Or actually, I can do this. So her target number is a 14.
So what am I rolling from the ship?
For the ship, you're going to roll sensors con.
Wow.
Okay. Cool. So
It's a lot of momentum.
That's going to be that's going to be 3 extra momentum for you. Because you're going to need it. Great. So you can tell that there is So the life scans come by, and in addition to the 40 or so people that you know about, there's another. There's like 62 still remaining. Is that true?
So total of about 100 people?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Are they in some area crowded, or are they distributed?
You can tell there is a group that is on the opposite side, of the corridor leading out from the visitors center. There's a group of about 25 that are gathered in there, and you think that is the attacking force.
So that would be in the where the media control area, console area is, or where would that be?
If you look at the map, to the far left, there's the bulkhead to the colony. There's a corridor that extends. God, I wish I knew. I could knew the metric system, but it extends about, I'd say, maybe.
You can do yards and feet. I've started role playing with D&D and AD&D. You know,
Right.
I'm quite used to this kind of measurement.
Yeah, but Star Trek uses the metric system.
I know, this makes me.
He doesn't count.
Yeah. This will force me to convert that.
The Shorans and Cardassians use the metric system in Star Trek, man. It makes no sense.
Cool. So we'll say it's about 40 meters long, which is a little bit short than 40 yards. So it's a long corridor that leads to a smaller building, and you all know this because you went through it, with a door set into the bottom that leads down into the colony. Cool.
Right. So about 25 are there.
Right. So it is 25 heavily armed colonists versus 40 or so less heavily armed and scared colonists. Cool. So I believe, Dr. Phlox, you wanted to do a few scans, right?
Well, want to treat the people first. We never got around to that.
Very true. Yes. All of without making you spend rolls on this. All of the wounds that you see are very treatable.
Well, I might want to roll because I've got emergency medicine as a focus.
And we might want to get some more
some momentum, yeah.
going.
Some
Okay,
field
so
responses as a talent, you know. So a high, what is it? Reason and medicine.
Yeah, I will allow. This is gonna. I'm gonna say this is gonna be control medicine, just because this is field.
Okay.
This is first aid.
And then what is first response? The talent first response do for me?
Let's see. The talent section is over here. First response. When you attempt the treatment task during combat.
Oh,
you gain
during
a bonus-
combat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's unfortunately not going to help you right now.
Okay.
If you had triage, that would totally work.
Damn. All right.
You can't be best at everything. I'll assist you.
Cool. Yeah, I'll say difficulty on this is going to be 1.
All right. And I get a. Okay. So we've got 1. Damn.
Okay, so you've got that, and now Tahana.
I give you more momentum because
Yeah.
that's my job.
Yeah.
My
So we
job
get.
is to keep momentum.
Yeah. So we get an additional 2 momentum. So we're maxed out right now on momentum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is that a momentum you can pool, or is that a momentum that must be spent immediately?
It just says they get an extra momentum.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you can absolutely pool it.
Nice.
So yeah, you are maxed out.
Go us.
Cool. So yeah, all of the wounds of the people that you see are treatable. They are light phaser burns. You probably the worst you see is like a mild concussion, probably from a bad fall. And yeah, if you want to spend momentum, I'll say we can roll in the like medical scans into the first aid.
Yeah, let's spend 1 momentum for that and see
Yep.
how these people have been affected by
Cool.
whatever this is.
Cool. Yeah. You can tell that every colonist that you treat is experiencing unusual brain activity. You see synapses firing faster than they normally would. You don't see any signs of scarring like you did on the one person who died, but you do see, like, if the brain were a heat map, they would be at a yellow right now.
Okay. Do we think it would be prudent to start scanning the away team to see if anything's affecting us, because we have different different species down here, to see who it is and isn't affecting?
Oh,
If
yeah,
you want-
good.
Yeah, if you want to spend another momentum, I could. Well, first of all, let's get rid of the one that you already used. I will fix these for later, for later games. I will let you make a roll for it if you want to try to gain that 1 momentum back. You will have to do this one solo.
Okay, sure.
Cool.
Theoretically, because you're scanning me.
Right. So yeah, this will be reason medicine, and xenobiology will absolutely come into play here.
Okay, and still
Yeah.
complication 1?
Yeah, the same. Yeah, I don't want to bump the complications. It's like you will scan Dr. Tahana and be, or you would scan Lieutenant Tahana and be like, "You sure you didn't have that looked at?" Like, what?
Oh, baby,
Oh.
a triple.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Ooh,
So
we're
you
feeling
are
good,
maxed
boys.
out- Cool. You're maxed out on momentum right now, and
Can I spend 2 of them or one of them for extra information?
you have
No.
one momentum floating.
Okay.
So, yeah. So basically, if you don't spend it right now, you will lose it.
Then yeah, whatever we can get with it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's since you're maxed out, let's talk about what you can use momentum for. Like creating you can gain some information. That's definitely good. You can create an advantage, which is you can slightly change the narrative. Actually, yeah, it's like you can either gain information or you can slightly change the narrative in a way that is beneficial to you.
What do you guys
So you
think?
could,
I think we need to figure out what's actually happening. So more information would be valuable, I think.
So, base level, what you learn is you're not seeing the same activity. Like you do
Okay.
a scan, Dr. Tahana. You can even scan. You can scan Commander Strohm, and you both come back, and they both come back clean.
Okay, so it doesn't affect, is it Cardassians or humans? Or it's not yet
That
affected?
guy's a human. I don't think we've been exposed to him, whatever this
That
is.
that is one hypothesis. That is one thing you can put into your back pocket. Another hypothesis could be you have not had a prolonged exposure, or something else.
Okay.
So if we were to use the scientific method system, that's just what you see from the medical tricorder. You can infer from it whatever you want.
I have one question. We left the colony where everyone was still somewhat normal, at least.
Yeah.
How long did it take us to return? So, what's the time frame until things happened here?
You
A
left.
week?
Yeah.
He said 3 or 4 days. And
Correct.
Then it took us like a couple hours to get back.
Okay, so yeah. Does this colony have some kind of surveillance thing going on, or so, where we might actually check the last few days surveillance footage or so?
Yeah, you could absolutely look at the you could look at the footage. As you're so Dr. Phlox, that's what you found from this medical scan. To lay it all out there, these everybody that you've scanned so far, everyone who was injured, is showing this unusual brain activity. You're not sure exactly what the cause of it is, but you do know that it is probably something worth putting them into some sort of isolation.
Okay.
So far, the away team has come back clean, and you know that if you did transport all of these people, you're probably not going to the transporter is not going to help fix whatever's going on. So
Okay.
that is that. So it is. So yeah, with that in mind, what is it that you would like to do?
With one of the people, I want to try something that can help slow down their mental activity, like putting them to sleep or something, so that to see what kind of effect it has, if any at all. Like if I hit them with a.
You could do that. You get the feeling this is probably a dangerous place to be doing a scientific experiment like that. So yeah, in fact, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to spend 2 points worth of threat.
Uh-oh. I think that was momentum.
Oh yeah, that was.
Oh, it was. I'm going to spend 2 points of your momentum
Oof.
just to take you over. And I'm going to say that while you are having this conversation, or while you are thinking about this, you hear from the barricade, "Contact!" And you hear the unmistakable sound of phaser fire. We are
Alright.
we are officially into combat.
Very well.
All right. So before we start with this, what does my first response actually do for me? Because that was specifically for combat, so I want to know when.
Whenever you attempt first aid during combat, you gain a bonus d20. Further, you may always succeed at a cost, with each complication you suffer adding +1 to the difficulty of healing the patient's injury subsequently.
Yeah.
So when we suffer injuries, you get a bonus d20 to heal us, or you can just say, "I succeed for a complication," and that complication makes it harder to succeed the next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will say this is largely for characters who suffer injuries during combat. So these are like people who have been injured and are out of the fight and are in danger of potentially dying.
Right.
So, normally, player characters would be going first, but in this instance, I am going to take the initiative.
Uh-oh.
Because y'all were figuring out what you wanted to go do, and these guys decided now was a great time to mess with you.
Yeah, the two ensigns and the Lieutenant Junior Grade, they should be at the barricades. They should be alert.
And I will give them cover. So, the first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to put them at, this is medium range away from you, as you see a group of people armed with their Type 2 phasers pop out from out of the ground and start to advance. There is cover that they can sort of advance to and then move beyond. But right now they're just pushing hard. And I'm going to say that they are going to attack we'll say they're going to, let's see, there's 4 people there, right? So I'm targeting one of the ensigns. So
shirt, not a random gold shirt going down.
And you know what? Because
he has a name, so he'll have a death scene now instead of just dying.
Oh damn!
Yeah. I'm going to spend a threat to give myself a bonus die.
You better not die. I need to be able to heal him.
It's gonna be vaporized. It's gonna be vaporized.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, he's just going to shoot. He's not going to activate any of the extra bonuses. I'm going to roll this normally. This is going to be at a distance. It is control security with a difficulty of 2. All right, looks like I got 2 successes exactly.
Whew.
So, he's going to roll 4 dice. Looks like I do 3 points worth of damage with an effect, which I will not activate. They have 2 points worth of cover. None. So yeah, he's taken 3 hits.
And how much health does he have?
He's pretty hardy. Like, they all have 10 health.
Okay.
So which one did you attack?
So I'm gonna say, who was that? That was one. That was one of the ensigns. So we'll say Ensign Morris. Ensign Morris
Okay.
just ate a phaser blast.
Poor Trent.
And you can tell by that these phasers are not set to stun. So that's my turn. I shall pass it back to the player characters.
All right. Is there a certain turn order we take?
Nope. Basically, the way combat works is it's side based. It's you go, I go, you go, I go, until we've all had a chance to take actions.
Yeah,
One of the
there's
things
a
that you can do is once per round, each side can keep the initiative for 2 momentum.
Yeah, there's a momentum spent to actually get to act twice before the other side is acting again. Yeah.
Right. And should I go through the combat basics just to make sure that we're all on the same page?
I mean, can I heal someone every time I go? Do I have to shoot my phaser?
You don't have to. Healing somebody is, let's see, one of the actions you can take is, let's see, that is recover past first aid. Healing somebody is best if you are, if somebody is actively injured, and injured is a specific trait in this game.
So basically, how the game works is it assumes you have these stress boxes, and he didn't actually get hit by that phaser, but he, has burned up some of his luck getting out of the way.
Yeah.
Or just barely dodged out of the way, and it's really winded him. When all of his stress boxes are filled and then he takes a hit, that's what causes injuries, and then you can heal injuries.
Yeah.
So right now he's just huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
Okay.
The way that you suffer injuries is if you suffer 5 or more damage from a single hit, that's an injury. If you are reduced to 0 stress, that's an injury. If you have 0 stress and take another hit, that's another injury.
Okay.
And of course you can recover. You can recover your stress. You might duck behind cover or so, take a moment or so, and then you might regain your stress.
Right. But that's a personal thing. That is like a physician heal thyself.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, one of the things you can do is if you are going to be injured, once per combat, you can avoid injury. You can say, "Hey, I'm going to spend 2 momentum and avoid taking an injury," because taking injuries is how you die.
Yeah. And the important thing is if you already avoided an injury, if you get the recover action, so you duck behind cover and then you recover the ability to ignore an injury again.
Right.
So it's important to do that.
Right. You do have to pass a roll in order to make that happen, but yes, that is how that works. So you can choose whoever wants to go first.
I may use a momentum on my turn, but basically my turn is going to be draw a weapon, duck behind cover, return fire. So, whenever people want me to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was expecting this thing to happen. I might actually jump in and fire a little bit first, but
sure.
I don't know.
Sounds fine to me. I am not the security guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does make sense that as soon as someone shouts contact, your instinct kicks in.
So, my 3 security guys are at the barricade. How far away am I from the barricade? Can I reach that?
You were
right now.
You were at the info consoles. I'm going to say that if you took the move action or the movement action, that you could definitely get there.
All right, that would be a task. That would be a full action, or what would it be? A minor action.
The movement is, I believe, movement is a minor action. Let me check.
Let me check. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can move one zone as a minor action. Because, yeah, I don't see movement as a common conflict task.
Okay. Could I move and draw my weapon at the same time?
I will say, yeah, drawing your weapon is an incidental action.
All right. So
Drawing weapon
then,
is a minor action. It says right here, draw item.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So,
You may pick up an item within reach, draw a weapon or other item carried on the person.
okay, so to do that, you could spend one momentum to take an extra minor action.
all right. Then
Okay.
then I'll do that.
So we'll drop a momentum.
And join my fellow security guys at the barricade, needing behind some cover or so, whatever they have as cover, and of course using the stun setting. I actually ordered everyone to use stun. How many targets do I see?
You see a handful of them, so probably like there's 4. Right now, they aren't really concerned about cover.
All right, let's drop the ones with the most dangerous looking weapons. I don't know. Some might actually have only a type 1 phaser or so, but I will drop those ones
Okay.
who have the highest damage output
Cool.
weapon.
So they are considered at medium range. So this would be a control security task with a difficulty of 2.
Okay, control security. I don't have focus on that one, but I actually might use one momentum to a third
give
die.
yourself another die. Sure.
Yeah. So 3 dice. Control security. Let's roll it.
Okay.
Looks good.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, looks like you you succeed. You're going to get 1 momentum back.
Hit with 1 momentum. Okay.
Okay.
So that's phaser type 2 with the stun setting. So let's hope the damage is calculated correctly, and it does add the additional dice. I click on the dice icon at the weapons section. Yes.
Let me take a look at your character sheet. I believe that it is calculated correctly.
It should add my security
Yes.
to that one.
Yeah, because the phaser
Yeah,
type
let's-
2 itself is a 3 challenge dice, and it should add your security rating to that.
Okay, let's roll that and let's see. That's
1, 2,
not
3.
not good. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dice didn't do a thing,
Mhm.
and the others did do 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points of damage, and 4 didn't do a thing. I can spend a momentum to reroll damage dice that didn't do any good. So I would spend the momentum on that one.
Okay, so we'll drop a momentum roll 4 challenge dice.
All right. So 4 of those. Oh no, not 40. Wait.
40 dice.
Yeah, that will be good. So roll 4 of them.
You just tell the Griffin to open fire.
So that will be in total 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. I'm going to give them 1 die worth of cover, because they are kind of taking cover, but not really. Okay, so I'm going to drop it down to 5, but 5 is still a lot. So one of the colonists that is advancing, you hit him like center mass, dead, Pew! And it hits him so hard that he's knocked off of his feet, boom, and he lands flat onto his back. The weapon scatters, and they are out. You have inflicted an injury upon them.
Okay, so one is out. May I spend momentum to actually do another
Keep the initiative.
action? I think that costs 2 or so.
Yes, it does. You can spend 2 momentum to take another task, but the difficulty is going to go up by 1.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. So it's a D3, so I need to spend 2 momentum. So I had a hit with 1 momentum now. I spent this 1 momentum for rerolling damage,
Yep.
So,
So I
spending
think
two.
you're at 2. Yeah.
I think I should be at 3, shouldn't I?
Let's
Yeah.
see. You got
We started at group momentum 5, and I generated 1 momentum from my roll.
And I think, yeah, you spent 1, gained 1, and then spent another 1. So you should be, you know what? Yeah. I should actually write this down, but I will give you 1 more.
Because I would spend those for a third die. So we are back to 2, but I have a third die, and let's fire again and hope
Okay.
for another hit. Let's see. So maybe I get another one. Yeah, barely,
So
but
that
not.
one fails, unfortunately.
Okay, so they have their next turn, I think.
Yes. So I think now was yeah. So that was just the taking an extra action. That's not keeping momentum or keeping the initiative, because then you pass it to somebody else.
Okay.
In my understanding, I'll look it up. But now it's my turn. You clearly are the primary threat, so I'm going to let's see. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to come after you with the same Type 2 phaser. This is going to be a control plus security. See what happens. Okay, so I only get 1 success. So unfortunately, that phaser bolt goes wide, and I'm not able to do anything about it. They are not advancing, and you see a couple. I think, yeah, 1 more person comes up to take the place of his fallen comrade. And I pass the initiative back.
I guess I'm going to do my thing. I will do the patented Shatner roll to get behind cover.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
It's a classic.
I'll spend a momentum to draw my phaser and open fire on one of these guys.
Okay, so we'll drop 1 momentum to draw the weapon and open fire.
All right, control and security, and I'm behind a barricade, and I do not hit.
Okay, yep. Phaser bolt goes goes wide, does not hit its target. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I will inform Commander Strohm that I am in fact an engineer, not a firefighter. Engineer, soldier.
Okay.
You do your best. You did better than I do at science.
Commander Strohm, coming after you again with another one. This is going to be 2 hits, which it's so we hit exactly 4 dice.
Doesn't he have cover?
Yep.
Yes. So I have 3 hits. You can roll 2 cover.
Okay. Let's roll cover dice. That's 2 points cover.
So you're going to take 1 point worth of stress.
All right. So, from which side do I need to? Oh no, that's not the. From which? I see. How that works on this sheet. I think I cannot actually note down the stress I can take, because it's only up to, what's it, 12, 17?
1, 2, 3, 4. So, what is your stress number? Like, how many stress can you take?
20.
So you can take 20.
Yeah. I do have the resolute thing that gives you 3 additional stress, and it's a thing with fitness plus security gives you your basic stress value. And +3, of course, then.
I'm fixing that on your character sheet.
Ah, okay.
Okay. All right. So now you are now fully up. You have all 20.
Okay, so I lost one. Wait for it. No, it's not. Yeah, it's back to 17.
Close out of your character sheet and then reopen it.
Okay, let's do it. So. No, it didn't change.
Well, let's try that again.
Huh.
I wonder if there's something I have to save. I doubt it, but let's see. It's also possible that I just gave somebody a lot of extra stress. Yes, now it is.
So,
Now it should be fixed.
okay, I close it down and open it again, and let's see. Oh yeah, no. No, as soon as I click into the additional
figures.
stress
You're
box,
always
it
cold.
disappears. Weird thing.
Okay, we can fix that after the game.
Yeah. So
So I'll just make a note to fix Strom's stress.
I keep in mind I got grazed a little bit. Dodging
What
at the
kind of
last
dinner did you
moment
all
or
go
so.
for?
Yep. Okay, so Dr. Phlox, you are the last one. You are the last PC to go.
Oh boy. All right. I'm gonna keep things simple, and I'm just gonna go for cover.
Okay, so you're going to get into cover.
And that's
Okay,
it. That's
so
it for me.
basically- Yeah, so we're going to say that you are taking the drop prone minor action, which basically means that if you get hit, you can re-roll cover dice that you don't like.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and ranged attacks against you are much harder, but melee attacks against you are much easier.
Okay. Yeah. Since they're only ranged right now, I think that's.
They are ranged. They're at medium range right now, so they'll have a much harder time hitting you. If they somehow get past the barricade and get right on top of you, you're in trouble.
Sure.
Cool. So I'll go again. I'm going to go after one of the end. I'm going to go after the other ensign. So we'll say.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
I had
Ensign Logon,
Mediterranean
you're
as
about
well.
to get hit.
I had
I'm
some
gonna
garlic
spend a
chicken
point
and
of
rice.
threat. Since I'm firing at the yellow shirts, I'm going to give myself an extra die. Okay, so I only get one success, but I also roll a complication. So, here's what happens to that guy. He takes aim and fires. Nothing comes out, and the weapon gives this like really bad wah, 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 like red flashing light as the weapon has malfunctioned. So effectively, he's got no more gun. If he wanted to go pick up the one that was lost, then sure. But his weapon is out of commission right now. We'll say that if you wanted to order one of the ensigns to take fire, you absolutely could. Because there are so many NPCs here, I'm not going to have them each take an action. Otherwise, we'd be here all night.
Yeah, they could actually concentrate their fire. They could actually set their faces on area quality.
Okay.
And sweep the area where they are approaching.
Okay, so we're going. So that's I'm going to say minor action to set it to an. Oh yeah, I think that they can.
Yeah, the phases have the charge quality, so you can set them to different types of effects.
If the character performs a prepare minor action, then they can add area to it. So they will prepare, set their phasers to an area effect, and take a shot. So this is going to be a control security. Not going to change the complication range. 2 dice. Should they just keep it at 2? Do you want to spend any momentum?
I think it's an NPC. You should just keep it at 2.
Yeah, figured as much.
Yeah.
So we let it roll.
Good shot.
Nice. He's a very good. He's a very good shot. So it looks like you're going to get an extra momentum for this.
So they might actually spend that for rerolling damage or so. Let's see what they
They're
get
type 2.
regarding damage.
So they're going to roll their phaser damage, which in this case is going to be. It's going to be.
3 dice plus security.
Yeah, so we're going to be rolling 5 dice. Oh. Looks like nothing happened. Okay. So, you know, I'm just going to hand roll it. It looks like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There, 1 die came up blank. So if we wanted, I could spend a momentum to re-roll that.
Did you get any effects?
I got 1 effect. Actually 2.
Oh, that's great. So they might actually re-roll the one that come up blank, because for each effect rolled, they get an additional target.
Oh yes. So they can do 2 extra targets for 5 damage. 1, 2, yeah, for 5 damage. Do we want to keep this 1 die blank or try to add some more to it?
Yeah. It adds directly to the damage if you simply add it. I think. So, what's the momentum spent? Let's check. I think bonus damage is one per point. Yeah, each momentum spent adds 1 damage. So they have 6
okay.
damage to in
Gotcha.
total 3 targets. So
Okay, so 6 damage across dealt to 3 targets, and is that?
Yeah.
Let me see. That is. Where's the? Where are the effects? Oh, area. Oh, okay. So they have to be within close range.
of each other, of the primary target.
Yeah, of each other, which they are. If one or more combos, blah 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 blah. Target cannot be. It affects the attack automatically affects any character or damageable object within reach of the initial target and 1 additional target. Okay, so they each suffer the same damage. So 3 times I'm going to roll 1 die, see how many of them. So he takes the full. And wow, they all drop. Just one shot, and 3 of them go down like bowling pins.
Looks like you got him well trained over there. Over there.
Yeah, that was Ensign Morris did that. The one that had gotten hurt, or the one that had suffered stress. Let's put it that way. Yeah, he basically crack shot at this, and as you are gearing up, ready to go to the next, ready to send another volley, you hear from the back, "Hold your fire! Hold your fire!" And you see, stepping up is a dark-skinned human male with a goatee, with a slightly sunken back eyes, a look of stress, like he probably hasn't slept in a long time. And he says, "Are you crazy? They're Starfleet!" It's like, hello!
Hello.
I think you and I should have a talk.
Let's talk.
And that is where we are going to end.